that's what I was saying. Quality and pricing.
Fair pricing.
And that's huh?
Quality and fair pricing.
Fair pricing.
Yeah.
Fair pricing. And that's where the ing comes in. Ing.
Yeah. Well, the concept we had come up with was something like the slogan "Quality and fair pricing." You could visualize it as being tattooed on a cock.
Yeah, with an ing.
And so that it's buried so far. It's buried so far that it goes all the way to the end of fair pricing and then kind of comes out a little bit about as far to expose the ing and then back in. So it's like ing, 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 ing on repetition. It's a penis being thrust into your ass. So that when you say quality and fair pricing, that's what's being indicated. But it's a screw job that's burying it up to its nuts in your ass.
Oh yeah, and that goes with anything, man.
Yeah, yeah. Quality and fair price, ing, 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 ing.
That's just the tip right there, and which I always love.
If you hear or feel just the tip, you can best believe that's about to be immediately followed by a jackhammering up to the balls. That's what's going to happen.
Literally.
How many?
Come on, let me just dip it in. Come on, just a little bit.
Yeah, how many poor young women have been suckered in by that very phrase? Those 3 words that every woman does not want to hear. Just the tip.
Yeah.
Come on, man, just the tip.
Yeah, there's this guy.
Trust me, yeah.
this Canadian, this Brokeback Canadian, and he was telling me the strategy one time. He's like, "Oh, Jess, man," he's like, just be like, "Oh, just a little bit," and he went through this thing. It was probably like a 15-minute explanation of just the tip. I was like, "Wow, you get it down to a science, huh?"
Like you really meditated on that shit.
Yeah.
God damn. Takes the.
I was like a little too much description there. Buddy,
takes the spontaneity right out of it. Okay. And then her butthole will dilate just enough. Ooh. He starts breathing all heavy and shit.
Oh yeah, but what I guess I wanted to say or talk about was how the powers that be or the powers that want to be, they kind of use a just the tip approach when they're implementing their new concepts. If they can get in just a little bit, eventually they're going to be fucking balls deep in your ass.
Oh yeah.
With
metaphorically speaking,
their laws,
like this whole masking bullshit. Whatever the hell side of it you might be on, it's fucking absolutely ludicrous at this point. But that's just pushing to see how long it'll take us all to be like, fuck you. Jesus Christ. We all know that there are some rabid assholes out there that are never going to let it go. Let's acknowledge that at this moment and move on. But yeah, it's fucking crazy shit.
Well, it's at the point where people they know it's not as real as they've made it out to be,
mm-hmm.
but they keep just going along with it. Half-heartedly. It's like they're not really worried about dying or getting sick, but at the same time they'll just put on their mask because that's what you're supposed to do. That kind of shit.
Well, the thing is, though, Jesse, for instance, like my stepdad, okay, when you get to a certain age, and then you're like, let's say you have some kind of a disease or whatever it may be, instead of like living your life to the fullest, at that point you're just like, you know what? I'm gonna make the fucking best of it. This motherfucker sits down and watches some of the most fucking horrifying shit, like, or even best yet, reading like, prepare yourself to die. I mean, just dumbest shit. Instead of like, prepare yourself to live, for the last few years you got, it's like, prepare yourself to die. It's like, what the fuck are you preparing yourself for? I mean, that's like saying,
when you
lay down and die.
Yeah, totally.
It's fucked up.
Yeah, you're giving up, man. That's what it is.
Yeah, that's what they're saying. Oh, just give up. It's okay. There's an easy way out. Just fuck it. Hey, it is what it is. You did what you could.
Yeah,
so like every time I go over there, I go, so what are you doing, Bob? Well, we're just sitting here. I go, it's a nice day, huh? Well, yeah, it's, I'm like, hey, so what do you think about doing this? Well, I mean, this guy is just gone. I'm just like, all right, dude. There's really no point. And the thing is everyone kind of is trying to push him to, get out there and do something, because what he has is Parkinson's, and the less you fucking move, the worse it is for you. So, everyone's just kind of trying to get him like, hey, get off your ass and do something, man.
Yeah.
Move it or lose it.
He's reading the fucking book, Prepare Yourself to Die. Fuck? What is that?
It's like,
That's some fucking sucker bullshit.
Wow.
It's like the movie, the movie Shawshank Redemption.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's my favorite line in there, get busy living or get busy dying, motherfucker.
Yeah. Exactly right,
That's all there is. Get busy living or get busy fucking dying.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna get busy living.
You're gay.
Yeah, it's insane. Think about it.
I'm going to crumple up some paper here really quick, because I hear that people like to listen to podcasts with crumpling paper noises. I hear that's a real hot trend right now. So.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, so there's the crumpled paper noise. All right. We did that. Okay. Sorry, I just had to get that in really quick. That qualifies us in all the top searches.
Greg.
Yeah.
What the hell are you doing?
Huh?
Greg, what are you doing?
Nothing now.
Son of a bitch. All right. Anyway, Jesse, you were going to ask him something. Sorry.
What were you going to ask me, Jesse?
Oh, me and Matt were talking about that song Trololo. You've heard that before, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know what the guy's saying?
I have no idea.
I think it's just as nonsensical to them as it is to us. It's just the dude is just singing, and I think it's all about his attitude. It is, man.
Yeah, that's some corny 70s shit, 80s shit. When was that? 1979 or something?
Well, it was definitely in the 70s, but there's older versions of it by a different guy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so it's a cover by that dude.
Huh.
Mr. Trololo. Yeah, he's covering it.
Weird.
Yeah, there's like a version in black and white, like that's older, and I think is much more kind of like What is that Russia? Is that where he was from?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think it's
Yeah, it's somewhere Soviet. I mean, the thing is,
totally.
man, it's like, you know, like Stalin. Everyone
Battery
says,
low.
Stalin's Russian. Actually, he was never Russian. He actually became a citizen of Russia. He was from Georgia.
Yeah.
He was a Georgian. Now, same thing with Hitler. Hitler was actually Austrian. He became a citizen of Germany. Same thing, you know.
Goddamn foreigners!
Two most of the brutalist motherfuckers were never really born in the countries they conquered and led, or.
Of course not.
Or
That's why they did it. They had no connection.
Well, yeah, I mean.
Bloodthirsty bastards.
Sure, what's that?
Bloodthirsty bastards.
Well, yeah, I mean, you know, Hitler actually, you know, like, he was in World War One. He was, I don't know if he was suicidal or what the hell was up with this guy, but he was the dude that would go out in, like, front lines and shit.
And get lucky as shit over and over. Get lucky as fuck over and over again.
I mean, dude, bullets would fly over his head. I mean, he was kind of like Washington, you know, George Washington. Same thing, man. That motherfucker would be walking through the battlefield. Motherfuckers would be dropping, you know, around him, and he just keep walking. Same thing with fucking Hitler. I mean, he was like the dude, I think, that like would go reconnect power like phone lines or like, you know, means of communication lines and all that crap, and like scout and all that crazy crap and dismember bombs and front lines. I mean, he was just a crazy motherfucker. So he lived through it, believe it or not.
Yeah, I guess once you become fearless, there's not much that can stop you, you know, because you'll just do anything.
See, but I bet you that son of a bitch was all about strategy from day one. He probably realized that in order to get the other guys to fucking follow him and fucking leave him alone or respect him, ultimately he'd have to fucking do the craziest shit. He seems like a guy to me that just had a lot of grit, like what you'd call like moxie and shit, like the balls to do some crazy ass shit. And if he was lucky enough to be successful at whatever it was, you know, it just furthered his ambition, I think.
Well, yeah, I mean, after World War One, he got into all kinds of political all kinds of political stuff. But he went to, I mean, he obviously got busted for, you know, bombings and all kinds of crazy shit, but that's where he actually wrote the book.
Yeah, Mein Kampf.
What's it called? Huh?
Mein Kampf.
Mein Kampf, yeah.
Yeah, my struggle.
He pretty much, where he actually laid out the vision of Germany, man. I mean, literally. So, I mean, and then after he got out, I mean, you know, he strived for political, you know, gains and whatnot. And, I mean, that motherfucker actually was a genius on you know, more or less. He was a genius. You know, it's, you know, the thing is, you know, most people say, like, you know, Hitler, for instance, you know, oh man, you know, he, you know, killed a lot of people, blah, blah, blah. I get that. Yeah, that's true. But at the same time, he did revive Germany to more or less a economical power, and that's when they actually did. I mean, during his stay in power of Germany during that period of time, they did actually come up with some of the most ingenious technology that
Holy
is still used today.
Christmas on a Christ.
What's that?
It's true.
It is.
Oy, oy,
Now,
oy.
Yeah, he's extremely practical.
Huh?